Hello everyone, I am Garrett O'Camper, and welcome back to Overkill's The Walking Dead. This is, again, a audio recording over the recording I recorded earlier, but I recorded even earlier before Beta 2 was in full swing and all that jazz. I was unable to talk at the time, so that's why I'm talking now, which gives me a good opportunity to talk about random stuff and really analyze the footage myself that I shot. Here we are, back in the streets. This is that crew that I was with before, and we are making our way stealthily, having learned what to do and what not to do last time, as we got eaten alive in an alleyway. So, yeah. That alleyway is death. And I've learned this time and time again playing this level, that the alleyway is in fact death. So let's not make the same mistake we made the last time. Instead, we're going to try to be a little bit more efficient, a little bit quicker even, strangely enough. Having played these exact same people and then failing a few times, playing again means we get to push ourselves even further, knowing what our roles are in the group. And I think that's where it makes class play in this game very entertaining and efficient, because if you know what you're supposed to do, and you get familiar with the people that you're with, whether it's a group of friends or randies like this, I see those zombies, I say, fuck that, I close the door. That's just not worth going in on. But we know exactly what we're supposed to do and what our characters are capable of, so we're going to do this just fine. They decide to go in that room, despite my better judgment. Looks like somebody is already, like, nearly dead. You gotta make decisions, quick decisions on the fly, and here I am being kinda overwhelmed by the dead. Not entirely, but just enough. It's a little concerning. At least it's a staircase, though. I have to go up the staircase, they have to come towards us. Gives you a little bit of a height advantage, puts their head at a nice angle. There is a thing of glass there, and that guy just triggers it. I'm not sure why, but hey, that happens. At least it wasn't a Molotov.
I'm burning alive.
Yeah, I would have used a little bit more caution there. I still don't know what all the traps do in the game, so I'm a little bit hesitant sometimes about what they can do. Here they are trying to get through the gate. I can't remember if we use the gate. I don't think we do. I think we go out in the street here. And some of these people are throwing caution into the wind and just running. That's not very smart. That's not smart. Hey, it's fine. It's fine. We can do this thing. We got it. Taking turns swinging at zombies left and right. You gotta aim for their heads, too, and I like that. It's a nice little feature. I'm not sure if, like a few other zombie games that are similar, that you can actually kill them eventually with enough body damage. I don't know if that's the case. I think you actually have to take out their heads. So far, I've only seen zombies go down if you take out their heads. So, aim for the head. Always aim for the head. Those garages there. Find the tools that we need. I'm always careful when I enter these areas because I don't know if there's going to be a series of traps. There's a bear trap right there. Took care of that. I don't know if there's going to be something that's rigged to explode. And we haven't even seen the literal, like, inch of this game yet. Like, we have been given a small view of this game. Hello. In the beta. That was a lot of zombies. A small view of this game in the beta. And I'm not sure what other kinds of traps there's going to be.
Oh, shit, son.
What other kinds of encounters, if there's other types of zombies. So I'm always hesitant when I go into an area about what could be randomly generated in there. I mean, I'm being as careful as I can be, trying to play it as safely as possible and as effectively as possible. But even then, I mean, everyone makes mistakes, and I've been known to step on a bear trap here and there. Maybe I didn't see a tripwire. I've gotten better about looking at tripwires, though. I enjoy that about this because it makes you consciously aware of your environment. Whereas in a game like
Battery on me.
In a game like 7 Days to Die, traps are more invisible, and I know they're very different types, very different in many ways type of game, but the traps are more invisible in that game because unless they're deliberately a mine, the trap is usually consistent of a deadfall drop, disguised as a block that looks like every other block around it. You can't truly be faulted for activating those traps. In this game, the traps are realistic in the sense that you can see them. There is something there to see, something tangible that lets you know, by the way, it might be a bad idea to step on this or go over here. So I'm looking out every time I can. I think a lot of players are trying to do the same thing as they play it, just to be cautious and just take their time as they go through the levels. And I like that. I like that kind of... You can go willy-nilly through levels. You might die horribly. Like, he just activated the trap right there. Why? Why? You could have seen it. You stepped on it. You took health damage. You could have avoided that damage. You could go willy-nilly. Balls to the walls. But you're probably going to have a low success rate doing that. As opposed to taking your time, observing your surroundings. Here's this one zombie approaching us, just one of them. While all the others are just, having a good time moving on in that direction. We just got to pace ourselves. Pacing yourself, it feels right in the Walking Dead universe. Just taking your time and thinking about it intelligently. Despite, like, Season 3 in the Walking Dead show is definitely my least favorite, but what I liked about it was the sense of pace. The survivors knew what they were capable of. They knew how to survive. They were put through the ringer. And as a direct result, Rick's group moves incredibly slow, deliberate. They can almost know what each of them is capable of without even saying a word. And that's exactly what I get from playing this game. I feel like these survivors have known each other for a while now, during the apocalypse. And maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe they literally meet up in the beginning. But I'm hoping, like, the intro is well into the apocalypse, and they've had time. They've had a year or more to know where each other stands, to know what their strengths are, their weaknesses are, their fears, their ambitions, stuff like that. It seems like they know each other, and the gameplay definitely reflects that, which is really fun. But I like being very cautious about it. Oh, that's when I used to have my silencer. Oh, I almost forgot. I took it for granted.
Shoot the guys on the rooftops first.
I still don't know what happened to that. I guess it just gets destroyed over time. Kind of sad. Kind of sad. Does that mean all the attachments break over time? Because that's going to really suck. I'm going to lose that military grade laser pointer thing at some point on my SMG.
Right, shoot people
Makes
who
me
are not
worried,
near
though,
others.
about those loot boxes,
so we don't
because
alert
they
them.
could very easily try to force people to buy them to keep their items. If you buy this loot box, you have a really good chance of getting this silencer or this thing. But wait, there's more! More bullshit currency. Hopefully not. Hopefully not. Hopefully they've heard the message loud and clear. Loot boxes are not welcome in this Walking Dead game. Or it will be, literally, Walking Dead. At least there's a single-player option. I mean, people stop playing the game for whatever reason online. At least you can always play alone, or with your friends locally. This is definitely a game I think that a lot of people are going to want to buy 4-packs of, just to have all their friends play. There's a sniper up there, and yeah, he instantly saw me the second I zoomed in on him. Kind of calling shenanigans there, but okay. I actually don't think he saw me. The thing, I was just out of range, but whatever the case, the battle is on. That guy running there. I'm trying to line up the shot, but he is just zigzagging. He's going to try walking down the ladder, and we are going to take him out. I like taking them out on the ladders because it's kind of funny. There's a grenade over there. Of course, somebody gets knocked down. At least they're behind most, good deal of cover. Just a nice slathering of protection. I'm gonna run because they're gonna instantly aimbot and fire at me.
Oh my god! How is he
And
not
inside
dead?
the diner, you have a better approach.
How is he not dead?
You can think about the 2 exits that they can come in. Apparently, they can shoot through the glass. I didn't know that. I've been taking that for granted. Unless that was a glitch, but I've had them do it. I'm trying to shoot this lock, but I can't see it. I think that's it. No. I'm trying to see it, and yeah, I got it. I got
Is there
it.
a guy
It's
over
hard
there
to do.
standing on top of you with that RV?
It's the type of scope I have is damaged, so it's very cracked, and there's like a reflection. That adds a level of difficulty to the game that honestly is very hard to put into words how nice it is to see that. Because it's not because I suck at aiming, it's because it's literally impossible through that scope to see that lock in the shadows. And that is great. It's an environmental hazard to your character that you can't see it because your vision is obstructed, and that's how it would be in real life. If your scope is dirty or cracked or damaged, how are you supposed to make that shot? That's very realistic. I like it. It's something you don't think about. It's like everything could be going swell for you. It could be broad daylight. It could be, you know, the coolest day or the warmest day. You know, you could be in great health. Your enemy could be ill with a blistering fever and barely able to move. The fact of the matter is you're never going to be able to make that shot. And the main reason is that your scope is damaged and you can't see out of it. When your friends need you the most, you're not going to be able to help them. And that just makes the game right there. That it feels very real, very visceral in that respect. So we got a swarm of zombies that are going to be finishing off those guys. It could be a good idea, it could be a bad idea. I can see this kind of stuff biting you in the ass, literally. You decide to summon in zombies the wrong time, especially if you don't deal with them, or you make too much noise and they start gravitating back towards you, because any zombie you release from captivity is going to be another zombie that's going to get added to the horde later on. If you trigger a big horde. I'm sure it's possible to beat this entire stage without getting a single shot from an enemy. I'm sure it is. We don't have the gear for it. Definitely didn't have the grip for it, but I'm sure it's possible. I mean, I would say it's probably the best way of doing that is getting the crossbow, or like a really nice silencer that doesn't break very easily on a sniper. I'm curious to see what late game's going to be like in this, because it's probably going to be a little bit more masterfully done. You're going to be able to do things like an expert, and at the same time, there's always harder difficulties. I'm sure they give you better equipment as a direct result. I can't remember if there's going to be people up here or not. I generally crouch on the roof anyways, because I don't want anyone to see me. I have 9 shots. Yes, I have 9 left.
How good
That's
is your
right.
silencer? Is
I can't actually hear what they're saying right now because I forgot. This conversation happened days ago, so they wanted to know. Yeah, we were going to snipe some guys. I'll let them know the status of my silencer as well. It's important to communicate that information. So if I was playing with someone like Bane or anybody else that I knew personally, I'd be talking over Discord or whatever.
Oh my God,
Here I
this
wasn't
tree's
using
gonna
my
piss
voice
me
at
off.
all,
Hold on, I need to go
and
down to lower.
having to communicate that in
For some
quick
reason, I can't shoot through
texts,
that tree. It's pissing
being
me
very
off.
affirmative about it. It helps. It helps that they know what I'm capable of and that I'm a pretty reasonable player. I'd like to know what they're doing right and what they're doing wrong, as well as I'm giving off the information that I can currently have. So I'm not making any shots yet. I'm not firing. I'm waiting for them to call it.
For some reason,
And this is going to
apparently
work
can't
out
shoot
quite
through it.
well for us because we're communicating.
When I
We're
was
actually
doing it before.
using strategy. And again, that's what this
Not
game
him.
feels like it's trying to put you into. It's trying to put you in that mode
Someone- oh, there he is.
where you
Okay,
need
hold on.
to think strategically.
Okay, now
So
you see the two
we're
up here
just
at the
going
truck?
over the specifics, because if I shoot the wrong guy at the wrong
take out the guy
time,
standing.
someone's going to see
I'll
that
take
guy
out the guy.
drop, and they're going to get suspicious. They're going to be like, oh crap, we're being targeted. So I took him out. No one was there to see that.
Okay.
There's, snipers in the
Shoot the
back
guy.
as well. So we got to think about the
Shoot
snipers.
the guy crouching.
It's a guy crouched there. I can't make that shot.
Okay.
Oh, no, I did.
All that's
Never
left
mind.
is the heavy.
I know there's been a few times where I couldn't make the shot.
Just
I absolutely
only
couldn't make
melee the
shot,
heavy
but,
guy. Do not shoot him. Only melee him.
Yeah, you gotta watch enemy behavior and see what they're doing. Also, if your silencer blows out, at that point it becomes, oh, well, if I shoot
go for
now,
his helmet.
I'm gonna
I can
endanger
sound
everybody
like
because my shot is going to ring loud and everyone's gonna hear it. And it's cool to have that level of strategy. So we're gonna move right into the heavy armored guy. Mr. Shotgun Turtle Man.
I'm over here for it.
I'm gonna start distracting him because now he has his attention on me, and no one else is gonna get shot as a result of that. He can do a group attack though, which is a little bit troublesome. God, his helmet's gonna come off at some point. Ow!
Yeah, we just want to
Didn't
stay
see
as quiet as
that
possible.
exploder until it was too late. Took a lot of health damage that I probably shouldn't have taken,
The less sound that
but
we
I didn't
make,
know it was gonna happen.
the
And this guy's camped right next to a zombie little like ledge where they like to drop down. So I mean that was something that's a probability that I should have taken into account, but I didn't. I thought we were fine. That's a little bit of the RNG. The game's like, oh yeah, we're gonna camp him right there, so the chances of a zombie spotting you, or maybe it already had a zombie en route.
There's gotta be a way to open
And
it.
was there a bug here? I think there was a bug here. I always say that because I remember there was a bug with this thing where I grabbed a part and it wouldn't let me put it in.
I guess we do.
I think this was it. Yeah, I was confused because it's normally supposed to show everything for everybody. Again, this is
Hey,
beta,
what's up,
so
Army? Yeah, I am streaming
yeah,
tomorrow.
there's literally nothing I can do with it at the moment. It's beta. There's gonna be little problems here and there.
Azrael has the
We're trying to figure it out.
There you go.
Yep, this is the
Hit
part.
button.
Again, I can't hear it,
Yeah.
so it's like, what am I doing? I'm trying to remember what I'm doing at this moment in time, and the fact that I said it won't let me put it in, yeah, it wasn't showing the activator for me.
Press G.
So I have to wait until somebody triggers something, and I think actually the trigger is the wall. We have to touch the control panel to lift the gate, and nobody has touched it yet. So it's being weird, but there's also bugs where stuff won't appear for one person, or a person will grab something and it will duplicate.
Maybe that's not the right word.
That's just some strange client stuff that can happen. I haven't run into like truly game-breaking stuff yet. I would say getting stuck in a corner is probably the worst.
Yes, I will be streaming
That's
Fridays.
probably the worst game-breaking bug I've ever encountered. But here, we're just trying to figure it out.
That's
I'm
only
trying to
this
figure
week
it
I'm
out.
streaming, basically.
I'm worried, secretly worried, that like they're gonna start just leaving the match because somebody goofed somewhere. I haven't goofed. I haven't goofed. I haven't done anything wrong in this match. And I'm just worried that people are gonna start leaving the match as a direct result. I think if people leave too your game, they don't. Oh, now it's working. Yeah. If they leave, it doesn't put an
there
NPC
you
in their
go.
place either. So that's pretty serious. If somebody DCs or whatever. So now we can open this up.
By the way, do
We can
not
move on
close
through the
this
alleyway
gate.
and hopefully succeed where we left off. I'm gonna get a
Family's
drink of
hideout
water
must be
here
close.
without pausing. Aha. Because, trust me, we're in for an interesting episode here. It's only 39 minutes long, but a lot happens in here that I do correct. We get to see. I think this is probably one of the more well put together teams I've ever had in this game so far, and it is very new, so
Use melee only.
that's a good thing to say. But it really shows. We have a lot of cooperation going on, and we've been through a few matches where we failed. So we've learned our mistakes, we've learned our nuances, what we need to do in certain moments, where to go, what to do. We have a guy that is pretty much taking lead in what he's saying. He is, giving us good directions, good orders, and we're following them. There isn't much of a point to fight these zombies. We're just trying to get the other guys over here. So we're trying to hold them back as long as we can. And somebody has gone down, so we're going to rush over there and try to help him. He's set fire to himself. Bad, because there's zombies right there. But we're able to reach him in time. Unfortunately, that means the zombies can now flood the alleyway. This alleyway is a death sentence. This is where a lot of teams die. This is where I've died many times. It's a bad place to be. So the best thing to do is just fight them off as quickly as you can and run away.
Move through the smoke.
That's
'cause it's able
honestly
to
the best
see
thing you can do. I should not be fighting myself. And that guy blew
God.
himself up. So.
it. Bomb in here.
My choices are pretty slim here. I could run over to one of those vans, but the problem is the family is going to see me, and they're probably going to shoot
Won't
me.
give up our purifier without
This
a
is the
fight.
first time I think I've encountered
If
this
I
building
go
too.
down again, I'm dead.
And there was an item on the ground,
Survivor?
and there was a survivor.
Now we just have to
So
win it.
I
So we keep that.
was pretty excited to find that. Yes, this was the first time I did it. Yeah, okay. Now I remember. So I was like more than happy to find a safe zone.
Are you having
And
troubles with the walkers?
my team has somewhat regrouped,
in here,
but
Illusion.
we're in a position where we're kind of split up.
Come back, Illusion.
And there's guys with guns. Guys with guns that want to end our lives. I can use my lockpick. I can pick up an item. It's a mod case. Pretty good. Honestly, would prefer to see a weapon, though.
Let's go,
Mods
let's go.
are okay, but the fact that mods are limited to what they can be equipped on kind of makes them less desirable. They might be good mods, but they're not... like, what are you going to use it on? You don't have a weapon that you like using,
Where you guys at?
or you don't have the weapon
Sorry.
that has the slot for it. It's not worth it. And yeah, the weapon case
God, they
would be
alerted
better
already.
because we get an actual weapon. Find an actual weapon that we can pick up and do things with that. So here, I have a little bit of silencer left, and there's guys down there in the street being dinguses. Can kill a few of them here, being an
You gotta
awesome
kill 'em
sniper
fast,
that I
yeah.
am. There's people on the roof there. I can't remember if I shoot anybody on the roof or if I go for these guys. I went for that guy. Yeah, I used up the last of my silencer. Not that it mattered too much. They start to create a lot of noise.
Quiet. Last thing you need is a horde coming after you.
A lot of noise really quickly. So I'm
it
contemplating
bad
what
to
to do. For whatever reason, I didn't realize I could jump down here this entire time. This was like the first time I discovered this building,
Alright, get
so
upstairs.
unlike the stream that I had previously,
Close the
I
door.
didn't know I could just jump down from here. I was a complete idiot. I thought I was stuck on this roof. I should have known better. Yeah, the guy over there, take him out. We're already at horde number 2, on our
Guys
way to
spotted
3.
me outside in the
So
zombies. What the fuck?
we're in a pretty serious position. Things could go awful from here. With people trying to run around, and there's just so many zombies on the street. They're threatening to flood the building. And again, none of us really realized there was a way off this building. My mistake. I was looking at it the entire time. I didn't put 2 and 2 together. I was in awe that I could go on top of a roof. It was really enjoyable to do that. I didn't realize we could escape. Didn't know. Didn't know at the time. Here we try to go downstairs, and
You're making a lot of
that's
noise
when
out
the
there.
trouble begins. Because now the hallway is flooded with zombies. Just tons and tons of dead threatening to storm in. They've taken out one of our guys. I could have rezzed him right there. Probably should have. While the zombies were there. We had somebody take care of that, so that's good. We made a lot of mistakes here, I'll say. I mean, we held off the zombies to some degree, but definitely lots of mistakes were made. Many of which I will not be repeating, because I learned. I learned. Oh, God. See, the noise of those guys exploding causes more problems, and then me shooting and other people shooting, it just doesn't help. We're already at max horde status. Surviving family members, they're going to cause more sound. And I don't know where our 4th guy is either. He is somewhere on the map. And we're not able to get to him just yet. There's somewhere. Yeah, I see him. Just not in a good position. Probably surrounded by dozens of undead. I'm trying to make sure that our survivor doesn't run in front, but they have a nasty habit
Oh my God.
of not obeying your movements. Oh, this guy, Shotgun Hero, comes in. Now he's just going to attract even more zombies to our position, which is lovely. I swear this character exists to ruin your day. He slowly runs in and makes a complete mess of things. Zombies are attracted to him. He doesn't go down very easily from the zombies, and he keeps firing off his damn shotgun and screaming. So you'd think he'd be your ally in this position, but when you're in a closed quarter like this, dozens of zombies will show up as a result of him. Now I'm trying to get her away, but she doesn't want to run away. She wants to engage in the zombies for some reason. And good God, I don't understand that behavior. Milady, run away. See, I'm trying to control her movements because I realize that the more I move, the more she moves. So I'm trying to use a med bag finally, we're at a point where the med bag is desperately desired. Tons of zombies just trying to get their way in. There was probably a moment or two where we could have gotten out, but you can't tell because either corner, one goes out into the street and the other goes into the back alley. You can't tell how many zombies are actually there. Here I accidentally fall in the back. I have been glitched. I get stuck. And I'm freaking out a little bit. I'm like, okay, oh no, oh no. I have no idea how I ended up doing this here. So yeah, I can't exactly get out.
That's okay if you die.
I'm just jumping up and down. It's making a satisfying clunking sound. I got caught on something here, and I was able to get out. But guess what? Guess what? Carrot is a simple creature that often makes terrible decisions. Even though he's a fairly intelligent little creature, Garrett makes terrible decisions that lead to spontaneous whoopsies. And spontaneous whoopsies are amazing in their variety and their power. You have no idea how strong I am when it comes to making magnificent whoopsies. These whoopsies include blowing up spontaneously, setting himself and his friends on fire, and sometimes repeating the very same whoopsie that he had just made right here and then. Whoops. And now I'm stuck for good. There's no way out. I don't even know how I got out the first time. And, yeah, it's a beta. It's a beta, and this kind of whoopsie, oh boy, you gotta hope that this kind of whoopsie doesn't make it into the final game. Maybe take that chair out, perhaps. Make it. You could still leave the chair there, smash it, have it smashable, or make it just a shattered pile of wood. There, our survivor is in trouble now, because she's following me, and I'm stuck. She's gonna get out. Pretty much taken down by the zombies, and no one wants to help her for some reason. I don't know why people don't want to help the survivor. I think they just feel insulted that there's a fifth person and they're not a player. They have this instant hostility towards survivors. Don't you know you need survivors for things? I know you need survivors for things. So now she's kind of following someone else, and yeah, we're stuck. I'm stuck. My friend's not. He could abandon me right now. He could go. He could get out of here. But he's not doing it because him, like myself and me, believes there's no way out of this building when there actually is. There is. You can jump down onto the street and you'll be fine. But we didn't know that. Again, the game is so visually impressive and terrifying. This terrifies the crap out of me. I am actually panicking. Although I start to realize very quickly that they can't actually touch me because the glitch is so strong. This magnificent whoopsie prevents them from actually killing me. And I don't know why. But yeah, we could very easily get out of here, and the game, there's just so much information to process. It's so stunning and beautiful looking that we don't realize that there is just a ledge. There's just a ledge. We could jump and be fine. I am going to find a way out of this position, don't worry. When there's one whoopsie, there's always another whoopsie that counters it. This is how I live. I love when the exploding guys, they just pop and they create a wave through the zombies. It's so cool. So I'm going to try to get grabbed. At this point, I'm trying to think, maybe they can still grapple me. You know? There has to be a way they can still grapple me. If they can grapple me, at least, and there we go. I got pulled out, and now I'm free. Until I die. That is. That's gonna happen. Don't worry. Right about here. I'm down. Yeah. It happened, but we have people still up, so it's not the end of the mission. That is a life that I have used up and died. But as long as somebody is standing, and our friend here, a brave hero who did not run away, who also did not protect the survivor who is now waiting her turn to be eaten. They don't have AI where they can just run away. I don't understand that. If you're going to add survivors into the game, have them kind of think on their feet a little bit, smartly. At least have them fight back. For God's sake, she just stands there unless the zombies chew on her. I'm just going to wait my turn while you slowly devour my friend. So I force kill myself to cut down the timer. And here we have
Just take that part and go straight to the truck.
people.
And
I don't know
then
why
to the
he's
truck.
not on the van. He should totally be, and he's making a terrible decision. He's going up there to try to save us, which
What
he's
the
already
fuck?
far too late, and now he's gonna get taken down trying to do that. I don't know what he was thinking. But we have a guy on the van who's untouchable at the moment. He's taken out the snipers. I took out at least one of the snipers, so no one's gonna shoot him off the van. Now we just gotta wait out the clock and try to respawn. The second we can respawn, the better off we are. Classic scene. You know what I love about this game? It really looks like the show. It really does. It has a very Walking Dead aesthetic to it. The way the characters
Obviously at
dress,
this truck.
the way the world is situated. It's a very
Okay, you ready?
it's not too far abandoned. It doesn't look too different than the world we're currently living in, but it looks bad enough that you know some time has passed. And I really like that. So here, my job is to remain here and try to keep the zombies here. I instantly fail at that job because a good portion of the zombies are more interested in our friend there, and I don't have a lot of ammo to keep them here. They're not interested in me at all, even when I fire at them. Maybe I should realize they wouldn't be interested in me.
Alright, one's in there.
But yeah,
I'll
so
get
now
one.
my job is to remain here in case our friend who ran off dies. So we're just gonna sit back, try to attract some attention, be a big tasty morsel to these zombies. We have more zombies coming in. This guy respawned. That's good. We got 2 people. We could very easily get our way out there, but
Alright, stay on top of the truck.
we're still waiting on one of the other Aidens who's at 28 seconds, so he has some time
As long as
before
one
he
of us
resurrects,
is
and he'll
alive,
probably
we will
resurrect
lose.
here on top of
Or if
the
we all
van
die,
as
we
well.
lose.
This is the strategy with levels like this, where you're gonna wait out the zombies. And I think this strategy should exist in the game because our chances of winning still aren't good. We've used up most of our ammo, despite spawning in on a safe area, despite there being no limit to time to the game. We're at a point where we've used up all of our special abilities, and I currently don't know how to craft, so I can't exactly, get myself bandages in preparation for damage.
And then
So we're in a position where we can't exactly win this
and then we'll
easily.
make a run
It's
for the
still
truck.
going to be a fight. It's still going to be a fight. We worked our way here. We did very good at the beginning. But this final part, we've made some ill decisions. So we're just trying to wait out time. And we have everybody here. So we're waiting for what's-his-face to get everything prepped so we can run out there and, finish this. I can't remember exactly how long this part lasts. Just a lot of zombies having fun. It's like Recess, only the kids want to eat you. It'd be cool if slapping the van actually attracted their attention. I'm doing that because it sounds cool. I don't know if it does anything. It'd be interesting. And they're going to vomit on us. There's a very real risk of them exploding in the right spot, causing us to fly off the van. It has happened in the past.
Alright. See if I
So
can
you gotta
do
be
this.
very careful when you're walking around the top of the van. And it gets pretty crowded for 4 people.
And
There's not a lot of room to run around without slipping off the side. Here we take out a big boy there, and he explodes and just litters the ground with shit. I don't know how that zombie got up there, by the way. That was kind of funny. I don't think they actually can climb. I think they find their way
start
onto
shooting in the air.
things somehow. And more just keep replacing them. An endless wave.
Alright guys, let's go.
Horde
let's go.
3 is
Start
endless.
running.
So
Come to the truck.
don't think you can kill them all because you can't. You just
Let's go.
can't.
Just
Okay,
run
so
through
I'm
the
gonna make a
building,
jump
clear.
off there, and I get caught, but it's worth taking the damage from shooting them because I'd rather do that than have the chance that they're going to hold me down on the ground and murder me. So he's done all the heavy lifting. We're here at the safe zone, and we gotta take out a few zombies. Hopefully the majority of the zombies do not follow us. If I remember correctly, weren't the other guys supposed to follow us? And they didn't follow up me. They didn't run towards me I don't know if it's because they didn't know where to go, or they just weren't paying attention or weren't listening to shit.
Ready? Come on, get me. You have to get to a truck. Let's go.
I'm gonna cut out a few zombies here. Nothing too crazy, as long as exploders don't show up. But hey, there's room for failure. Just when you think you're doing the best you could possibly do, something happens.
Alright, let's go back to the truck.
Zombies. Zombies. Actually had to cut the recording there for a second. My audio recording. Haha. That's why this post introductions are
Illusion. Let's go.
messy.
Come on.
Little messy.
We have to get to the truck. Let's go.
Hey, I like the look of this laundry.
Come through the building. It's
very,
clear.
very creepy. It really fits the level. I'd like to see a nighttime version of this map. I really
Illusion.
would. That'd be terrifying. Or even better, a conversion of this map at nighttime where you have to defend this laundromat against zombies. They're just coming in out of the darkness in the streets. So spooky.
Hang on.
So spooky. I noticed that there are a lot of lights in the world environment, and
Illusion.
that's actually good. I mean, it's tricky in a zombie game because it's like, oh, well, power has been down.
Alright,
Well,
guys, let's go. Let's go.
technically, if a group of individuals, like, let's say Woodbury, were
we're
to
disconnected.
have the resources
It's a lot of hurry and get over here.
keep a place lit, it wouldn't be much of a problem. Would it? I mean, they'd be able to keep it lit
Alright, get over here.
with generators and such
Yeah,
like
the
that,
truck.
or maybe an abundance of candles or other things. Here we can just leave the game. That's right, somebody DC'd, so we get the win. I forgot about
God.
that. Completely forgot about that. Kind of stinks. It happens, though. But the lights, in a zombie game, it's tricky to do a zombie game where it's been in an abandoned world and there's lights active, because you have to explain why the power is still on. In games like 7 Days to Die, the world has ended fairly recently, or at least to some degree, or some systems are intact. They haven't fully explained that, so in 7 Days to Die, the lights are still going. In Left 4 Dead, the apocalypse is happening now, so everything is still on. A game like The Walking Dead, I mean, if you watch the show, if you read the comics, the world has ended a long time ago, so stuff shouldn't be still running. But in the case that it is, you can always lead it up to, oh, there is a reason why it's still active. And I get this crappy sights from this. Oh, yay. Joy. That's the mod case that I brought, so yay. I mean, at least I contributed something to the group, but yeah, like, I like seeing lights in zombie games. I'm not saying they shouldn't be in them. It's a tricky thing to put in, but it makes for the environment. It really puts you in the mood for it. It's like, oh, this place still has flickering lights. That's creepy. You don't really think about the generator they have stowed away. So here I got a bunch of guys that have done missions, and I get rewards, and this is just the usual wrap-up. This game's beta is going well so far, in my opinion. I will say that, just as a general overview. I'm liking it, and I'm liking kind of the feedback they're giving us as we're giving them feedback. I thought it was a really nice thing for them to allow us to play this during October, because it is the spooky month. So, of course, if I had my way, it would be Halloween 24/7 all the time, every day, every week. But I'm glad that the beta has taken place so early, and it lets us really get a feel for what to expect in the game. And my suppressor, yeah, there's no option to repair it, it looks like. Now that I look back at it, there's no option to repair that, so... could there be a way to repair suppressors, please, or other items? Because they're going to be very hard to gain access to. Very hard to get. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all in the next episode of Overkill: The Walking Dead. And the next video probably will be a stream as Beta 2 concludes. Thank you for being here. I'll see you all later. Goodbye.